Hi everyone, it's Brenda Quintana here, and today's Casing Tuesday, and I'm away for one more week, so that's why this is a recorded video for you. I will be back next Tuesday, September 20th, 2022, with another live. I'm arriving back the weekend before, so I'll be back doing regular videos next week with doing them live. I will have a Friday tutorial for you as well. And both of the tutorials today and the Friday one are going to be featuring one of the bundles that is in the Perfect Partner Special. And that bundle is Yeti to Party. The stamp set was in the holiday catalog, but now we have a die set that matches with it for September only, or while supplies last. If this sells out, if the die set sells out before the end of September, then it is just gone. So if you like the Yeti, which I think he's so adorable, make sure to get him sooner rather than later. All right, it's Casing Tuesday, and you know that what that means. It means we take a card out of the catalog and we give it a makeover. We have a Facebook group for that, and I hope that you'll join in on our group and post your card, because this can be done by anyone, not just me, but we do the same card. Everyone does the same card for the week, and that way we can post our cards on on the Facebook group and share them. And the really cool thing, I think, is seeing how many different stamp sets and bundles are used to do the makeover, because hardly anyone has a duplicate card. Now, I don't mind if you duplicate my card. That's not a problem at all. But it's just fun. It's a fun exercise, whether you are new to stamping or whether you've been stamping for a while like me. We can all benefit from copying and adapting cards so that we have a starting point, because often that is probably one of the hardest things, is to actually have a starting point with a card. So we have this great resource in the catalog so that we can use them to create cards. All right, you want to see today's card? All right, it is right here. Look at this cool card. It's got this candy cane, and when I saw this candy cane, I had an idea of what I wanted to do with it, but it is a gorgeous card. I never would have come up with this card by myself, because I'm not good at layering all those little pieces together. But that's where this Casing Tuesday comes in. I can look really fabulous with my layering because I'm following this card as a blueprint. And then here is the sketch. Oh, that's not the sketch. Here is the sketch. And this will give you an idea of the measurements. I tweaked mine a little bit for my card, and you can do that as well. Or you can take out a layer if you don't like it. Just adapt the card. You start with the bones of the card, and then you see where it takes you, and see how you can adapt the card to make it your own. But we provide a sketch with measurements just so you have an idea, especially for beginners who might not be as familiar with dimensions. All right, I'm going to switch over to my other camera, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check my sound real quick. Just hold on one second. I just realized that I hadn't checked my sound, and sometimes weird things happen when I unplug and plug in again. Okay, I think I was okay, but you never know, so I just had to double check that. Okay, now we're gonna go over to my card. Look what I did with the candy cane. Isn't this a riot? The Yeti is holding the candy cane. I think it's just so fun. I think kids would get a kick out of this, and I know some adults would get a kick out of it too. They have a sense of humor like mine, and I like fun things. So is it Christmas Yeti? I think that's so fun. Okay, so what did I use? On here, I use the Yeti to Party bundle, and this die set is going away after September, and it may sell out before that. Then I don't know how many they ordered. I wish I could tell you. These are called the Yeti dies. You can order the dies separately if you already have the Yeti to Party stamp set, or you can buy them together as a bundle. The other thing I'm using is the candy cane. These are the candy cane dies. They are part of the Sweet Candy Canes bundle. I decided to cut the candy cane out of paper this time, but if you wish, you can stamp the candy cane and then cut it out. So I wanted to mention the bundle as well as the die set. Okay, I'm going to pop that over here. And the other dies I'm using, and probably if you've been stamping for a while, you probably have a circle set. So I'm using the layering circles, and I'm using the largest circle, which is the 3-inch circle. Okay, let's get started and let's make this card. I've just noticed that my thing is like a little crooked. Okay, fixing that. All right, we're going to start off by doing stamping. Let's stamp this Yeti. I've got a scrap piece of basic white, and I'm going to take my Memento ink pad. Just ink this guy up. Okay, I'm gonna stamp on here, him, her, not sure. All right, I think, okay, I'm trying to decide what we need to die cut. Okay, so we're gonna die cut the Yeti. We need to die cut a circle. We need to die cut a scarf. So I've got basic black and pool party. And then what else do we need? We need a candy cane to die cut. So let me just show you how I did that. So the Sweetest Christmas paper matches that candy cane bundle, and it has a whole page of these candy canes. So what I did is I just cut out the candy cane. I rough cut the candy cane out, and I'll just do that with this one here as well. So this is just a rough cut, and then I'm going to die cut this candy cane. But this paper is just wonderful. It's got a lot of red and green Christmas design patterns and candy canes. So it is a fun paper. I recommend it. And if you don't want to get the candy cane die set, you could also just get the paper and cut out the candy cane. That is also an option. And cut it out better than I just did. I'm going to use the die to trim it up. Okay, let's grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to grab all these pieces. I didn't want to forget to die cut anything. We have the base platform, thin die adapter number 2, base plate number 3, clear cutting plate, and then another clear plate number 3 that we'll put on top. So let's get our Yeti on here. Yeti, and we're going to need the die that matches. And this is really cool. I mean, you could cut this guy out too, but you can get such nice precision when you use the die. So I'm just using the die, and I'm going to pin it down with a little piece of tape. I'm also going to grab my piece right here, and where's my scarf? Scarf. All right, I've been working hard. I left the scarf across the room. Okay, and we're going to run this through both of these, and then we'll do the circle and the candy cane next. All right. The nice thing about the Yeti is since Yetis are supposed to, I guess, live in the northern climes, you don't have to color the Yeti, except I will color its face. And then I'm gonna grab the scarf. And I love the scarf because it's got texture on it. And there is no scarf stamp, so this is just like a little added bonus with the texture on there. Okay, and then we're going to grab the candy cane. Slide that back over here. And grab our candy cane. And we've got two different candy canes, one going in each direction, so make sure you grab the correct one with the cutting surface facing down. And so I'm just going to take a quick peek, just make sure I've got that pretty centered. And then I'll grab my black piece of cardstock and my circle, and then we'll send both of these through the die cutting machine. Okay. And if you don't have Post-it note tape, you can just use the top of a Post-it note. That will work as well. And here is my black circle. Okay, so now I've got all my die cut pieces. And we're ready to move this out of here. I could always die cut those pieces off camera, but I really like to show you how things are done because some of you are new to stamping and I don't want to assume that everyone just knows everything, right? Okay, so we've got our pieces. Just set these aside for a moment. And let's take a look at little Yeti. I want to color Yeti's face, and I'm going to use Petal Pink for that. There's a sample in the catalog where they color the Yeti's face pool party colored, and that looks really good too. If you want a blue Yeti face, you could do whatever color you want. I'm just doing this Petal Pink. Okay, and one more thing, I do want to stamp an extra arm for this guy because I want it to hold. Let's see. Thought I had a scrap piece of paper here. Aha. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I do not. Okay, well, I'll just grab one right over here. Scrap piece of paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Yeti, and I need this extra arm right here. And I'll just take my Memento again, and just something to protect my work surface. And I'll just ink up that one arm right there. I don't have to actually ink up the whole thing. And I'm just going to stamp right over here. Okay, and that's the arm piece that I need right there. And that arm is just going to, I do have to fussy cut this out with scissors because the die doesn't reach into this area. So, but it's just an arm. So I'm just going to come in and just, since it's white on white, it doesn't have to be exact. And then I'll cut along here like that. And I'm just going to kind of round out this top of the arm here. And then we'll cut just in between the paw, the hand, whatever you want to call it. Is the Yeti closer to animal or is it closer to human? I am not sure. So, okay. It doesn't have to look pretty because you can round it out if you want. but it doesn't have to look pretty because the scarf is going to hide the top of the arm. So what we really just need to do with this Yeti is I'm going to take that top of the arm right there. I'm just going to put glue underneath that top part, and I'm going to leave this bottom open so I can slide. See how I have that, is it Christmas Yeti kind of tucked under the arm? So I'm just going to take this and put glue right at the shoulder end, the top of the arm, not the bottom, and I'll just layer this right over top of where the arm is so it positions perfectly over top. And then I'll just press down on that arm, and so that is going to be able to lift off so I can tuck something underneath it, but it's going to stay secure because it's glue. And then I'll come in with my scarf. I'm just going to put glue on the neck area of the scarf because it's kind of fun if the top part of the scarf kind of can go up a little bit and off. And also right now, since it's not on my project yet, it's you don't want to glue it to something. Okay, so Yeti is ready. That's a rhyme. Okay, the candy cane, I wanted to do something to make the candy cane a little stronger because the paper can make it a little weak. And I also die cut an extra candy cane out of basic white cardstock, and I'm just going to glue the two of them together. This is just going to provide a little strength for my layering. You don't have to do this though. It's really not required. But I just found it easier if the candy cane had a little bit more substance to it than just paper. So now I've strengthened that up a little bit. Okay, so now my candy cane's ready. So this is going to go on here. This is going to go on here. And then we need a little piece of a little sign. And we're going to use, is it Christmas Yeti? I think that's really funny and punny. Okay, we're going to use garden green on garden green cardstock. And the measurements for this are 1 3/4 inches by 7/8 of an inch. Just a plain old rectangle. And I'll just center this on here as best I can. I actually try to emboss this in white, and I actually liked the look of garden green on garden green better than the white, since there was a lot of white in my candy cane and Yeti. So you can try embossing it because the original card had white writing on the greeting layer. So you could do that too. Okay, and I have a piece of real red glimmer paper, measures 5 inches by 1 inch. And then I have a piece of this paper. It's also from this paper pack, the Sweetest Christmas paper pack. And this one measures 5.5 inches. Let me just double check by 2 1/4 inches. 5.5 by 2 1/4. All right. I think we're getting all of our pieces together. And now we need a card base. So this card base started off as 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored in half at the 4 1/4 inch mark. I'm going to use my bone folder to smooth that down. All right. So the next thing, we're going to just start layering all of these pieces on here. We're going to add this piece down here at the bottom. And I'm going to adhere this about 3/4 of an inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch from the bottom. It doesn't have to be precise. I think this one, okay, it's stuck now. That was probably more like 5/8 of an inch. So then I'm going to take this piece next, the Real Red Glimmer paper. And all the supplies that I'm talking about today, they are on my supply list. So if you click below on the video, all the supplies will be listed. And if you click over to my blog, I have a photo supply list of everything I used today, so you don't have to guess. All right, I think it's a little easier to assemble this part on the circle before adhering it onto here. So you just kind of wanna, I'm going to first adhere this candy cane. I don't want glue dangling off here, so I'm just for now gonna put this right here. And probably shouldn't have put so much glue because it's gonna stick out, but it will be okay. I just wanna kind of have this, like that. It's coming off like that. A little bit further down. I'm just trying to match up my other one. And then let's tuck this in here. So I want down a little bit more. Come on. You're not quite stuck yet. I want to tuck this and tuck that a little bit. Candy cane needs to be down just a bit more. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to put a little tombow right here and tuck this in right here. Okay. So probably best when you're assembling this, just put one little dot on the candy cane. Put one little dot on the sign until you've got it situated in the right spot. I'm going to twist that up a little bit too. And then afterwards you're going to flip it over and you can put glue on the entire back, and that will solidify all the pieces onto your circle. So it's easier, just like one dab of glue. I put just a little bit too much glue to maneuver everything around. And then I just want to kind of have this down near the bottom of the circle, his foot. And then I'll lay this all on here. A little bit to the right. The black circle just kind of helps make the Yeti stand out. In the original card, it was a white circle, but that's because they had a lot of color on there, but I have a lot of white. So if I had put a white circle on the back, it wouldn't have stood out so much. So now I can add this on top of everything, and I've kind of got this whole thing that I can position and move. So now I can take this, and I still have glue on that edge of the candy cane, so all of that can get pinned down. And so now you just kind of decide where you want a piece, and then just push it down into place. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do is just add these adhesive back seasonal sequins. Are great. I don't need to put adhesive on them, which I love. And we've got 4 different colors. And I'll use one of these green blue ones down here. And I'll use one of these kind of orangey pink ones up here. And then I'll take a small white one and I'll put it right here. They're just kind of fun. You know me, I like to do groups of 3 embellishments because the odd number. All right, and there is the card. And here's the original one that I made as a sample. Aren't they cute? I think it's just so cute that the Yeti is holding a candy cane and the original card had a candy cane on it, and I just made it into something different. I made it into like a fun card instead of an elegant card, and I just love how fun that is. All right, let's talk really quickly about the Perfect Partners promotion because I don't want you to miss out while I'm away in Canada visiting my mom. And I just wanted to talk about we've got 6 new dies and consequently also bundles. So we have the Apple Harvest bundle. It used to be called the Apple Harvest stamp set. Now you can get it as a bundle. You can get it just as a stamp set, but you also can get the die set separate. So all 3 are available. The original stamp set's on the holiday catalog, page 54. We've got the Fresh Cut Stems dies, part of the Fresh Cut Flowers bundle. Originally was the Fresh Cut Flowers stamp set. This you'll find at the annual catalog on page 65. Then we've got, last week I used this bundle, this Birthday Piggy bundle. And there's a new die set for that. The original set was in the annual catalog, page 55. We've got the Trimming the Tree bundle. Original stamp set was on page 43 of the annual catalog. We've got the Waterfall Canyon bundle, and the original stamp set was on page 94 of the annual catalog. And then finally we have the Yeti to Party bundle, the one I used today and the one I will be using on Friday to make a new fanciful card. I think you're going to love it. The original stamp set was on holiday catalog, page 38. And I will have the numbers for those on my blog as well in case you want to click over and check those bundles out. Okay. I'm coming back over to you guys. I hope you like that card. I thought it was so cool to stick the candy cane, the Yeti with the candy cane. Didn't you think that was cool? All right, I wanted to tell you about my host code because I always have a gift for you if you spend $50 with me in any given month. And so let me pull that up. Here is my September 2022 host code, KZT7PTCG. And if you use this host code in 2022, September 2022, I will be sending you a package, not a full package, a sampler package of the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. Let me see if I had it here. So it will look like this. The original comes in a 12 by 12 paper pack, and you will be getting a 6 by 6 sampler from me, 48 pages, and it comes packaged in a cellophane bag and ready for you to use. It's got such cute papers. You could see the patterns up in the display right there. It's one of my favorite papers in the catalog, but it can only be earned with an order of $150 or more. So I decided to make a sampler package for you guys to earn as a reward for spending at least $50 with me this month. So it isn't the full pack, it's just a cute sampler pack of 6 by 6 papers. All right, let's talk about when I'll be back. I'm going to be back next Tuesday, September 20th, and I'll be back live again. And this time I will be live on my Facebook channel, and Fridays I will be back live on my YouTube channel. This Friday, though, I'll be dropping another recorded video. I'll be doing that fanciful card I talked about. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial today. I hope to see some of your cards on the Facebook group. Have an awesome week, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Bye, everyone. Take care.